Hello, lovelies. Now, if you can believe it, the channel just celebrated its 4th birthday, and that means it has been almost 4 years since I shared my very first overnight oatmeal video with all of you. But I feel like after 4 years, it's probably time to update those flavors a little bit. So today I'm going to share 5 new delicious ways to enjoy one of my all-time favorite make-ahead breakfasts, overnight oatmeal. Starting with this tasty tropical version that is bursting with sunny tropical flavors. I can't think of a nicer way to wake up in the morning. Of course, as always, our overnight oatmeal starts with some oats in a mason jar. I love using mason jars for overnight oats because of course they're really convenient. They come with a lid so you can give everything a good shake and get it into the fridge and then eat it right out of the jar in the morning. What could be easier than that? For this recipe, I am starting with some oats, not surprisingly. And to that, I'm going to add some vanilla flavored almond milk. Now, you definitely have the option to use any milk you want in this recipe. I like the vanilla flavored almond milk because obviously it has a nice vanilla taste to it. I use the unsweetened kind, so I'm going to add a little sweetness here with just a drizzle of honey. We don't need too much honey because next we are going to load this up with some incredibly sweet tropical fruit. I've got some pineapple going in here, some finely chopped kiwi, and some mango, 3 of my favorite tropical flavors. Then to just take that tropical flavor even further over the top, I'm gonna finish this off with some shredded coconut. Once you've got all this tastiness combined, you simply pop the lid on, give it a really good shake to get it all mixed up, and then put it in the fridge. Come morning, you can eat it cold straight out of the fridge if you want to, or you can heat it up in the microwave for between 30 seconds and a minute. And there you have it, a sunny way to start your day. Next, for all of you coffee fiends out there, have I ever got a treat? We're making Mocha almond fudge overnight oats. How good does that sound? All of the tastiness of coffee and chocolate and almonds mixed into one teeny tiny little mason jar. It starts, of course, again with my oats and some almond milk. To that, I'm going to add a little sweetness with some maple syrup, some chocolatey flavor with some cocoa powder. You could also use chocolate protein powder here. That would work really well. But the real star of this show is actually instant espresso powder. Now, if you're not familiar with this, you can usually buy it in the coffee section at most supermarkets. If you don't have any on hand, not to worry. You can definitely do this by combining half almond milk and half brewed coffee instead. Both will definitely work. I just find that espresso powder gives you quite a little caffeine kick, which I can always use in the morning. We'll give that all a good mix to get it well combined, and then we can top this off with some vanilla flavored yogurt and a good sprinkle of chopped almonds and a few chocolate chips for good measure. And there you go, a whole lot of breakfast deliciousness with a bit of a caffeinated kick. For my next flavor, I am making a very berry Bliss overnight oatmeal. This one not only is bursting with beautiful fresh berries, which I love, it's also got a splash of vanilla extract and some raspberry jam for sweetness, so you just know it's gonna be delicious. It of course starts once again with my rolled oats and my almond milk in my jar. I'm going to add some chia seeds to this one. Now the great part about overnight oatmeal is that it's very versatile, so you can add chia seeds, which are great. Flax seeds are a good addition, any type of nut. You can really build the nutrition as you go. As I mentioned, I am going to also add a little bit of jam to this, and I'm gonna finish it off with a good splash of vanilla extract. I'll give that all a good stir to make sure it gets nicely incorporated. It's gonna turn those oats pretty and pink. And then I'm going to top this off simply with a bounty of beautiful berry goodness. I've got strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. It's a very delicious way to start your day. For my next trick, I am making a vanilla chai overnight oatmeal. It starts once again with my oats and my vanilla flavored almond milk, but this time to amp up that vanilla flavor even more, I am adding some protein powder. Now the truth is, you can add protein powder to any overnight oatmeal if you want to pump up the protein factor, and this is a great way to do it. Then it's time to add a whole lot of beautiful chai spice. So I've got some cinnamon, some ginger, I've got some cloves, and the most important of all the spices, some ground cardamom, one of my very favorites. We'll get that all in there and give it a good mix to make sure it's well combined. I like serving this topped with some vanilla flavored yogurt and another sprinkle of cinnamon for good measure. Vanilla chai is one of my all-time favorite flavor combinations. You really have to give this one a try. For my final overnight oatmeal today, I am making a hummingbird flavored overnight oatmeal. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of a hummingbird flavored anything, you definitely need to try my hummingbird flavored cupcakes that I shared on the channel a few weeks ago. They were to die for. By far, one of the best recipes we have ever made, and that is saying a lot. We've made a lot of recipes around here. It starts once again with my oats and my vanilla flavored almond milk. Glug, 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 glug. For sweetness in this recipe, I'm using some coconut sugar, but honey, agave, maple syrup will all definitely do the trick here. I'm also adding a good helping of cinnamon. We'll give that all a stir to get it mixed up, and then we will pile in some banana, some freshly chopped pineapple, and finally some crushed pecans for a really beautiful crunch. Now, it's really important to keep in mind that when you are using bananas in overnight oatmeal, they will tend to go brown overnight. It's totally fine. Brown bananas are safe to eat. They may just not look as appealing as you'd like. This, my friends, is a breakfast of champions and a flavor combination that is simply too good to miss. So I hope you will give it a try in your very own kitchens. If you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo, because as always, I love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, all of these recipes are in the description box below. You can have a look for them there. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.